Hey there, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and also my creative life. I am on day 5 of my 12 Days of Christmas Tag series for 2024. I decided to stamp some tags with this Christmas Cactus set that I bought from Photo Play, and I bought it at the expo when I went earlier this year. I'm so proud of myself because I've been using the products I've been buying, and a lot of times that does not happen. You know, if you're a crafter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You must have it, but you don't use it until years later. But anyhow, so the first thing I did is I wanted to decide which cactus to use. I wanted a larger one that would fill up most of the cactus, but I also wanted it a little off center. So you see how I stamped it just kind of off the tag, not a whole lot, but most of the stamp or the image is on the tag. Now these tags are pre-made. I get things or I find things like at thrift stores, or sometimes people gift them to me, just random things, and I just hold off. I have a container that I put these items and also like clearance Christmas items, things like that, ribbons, things like that, in a container that I use just for my tag series. So it's easy to just kind of go there first and see what I have. So again, I pulled out these tags. They're probably about 4 inches tall, and it looks like about 2 inches wide, which seems to be the standard size on tags. But I decided to fussy cut an image on a Post-it note because I was going to do some background or layering, and this is a really great way to do it when you want something, when you have multiple layers of stamps or to create layers in stamps. The problem is I wish I would have thought about this a little more, because I think I would have liked that smaller cactus to be in the front instead of in the back. But you know what, it's all good. They're Christmas tags, it's colorful, it's fun, it'll do. So I pulled out this marker set. These are my daughter's. They're from King Art, and there, as you just saw, are a plethora of markers. These are actually watercolored, dual-tipped markers. I didn't do any watercoloring or anything. I just kind of straight on colored. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. Now, the nice thing about these tags are they're pretty thick. So if I wanted to spritz them with water or use a water brush, I probably could have. I just thought I was going to just do some basic coloring. So I did use a lighter shade, and then I shaded later with a little bit darker just to add a little bit of dimension to the cactuses. I kept both of the cactuses green, and you can see how I'm doing this. I'm kind of doing it assembly line-ish because I wanted it to be, I mean, it doesn't have to be quick, but it's nice to be able to have quick projects so you don't overwhelm yourself. There were so many different shades of green that I just kind of grabbed just different markers and just said, okay, a light one, a dark one, I'm all good. And you can see how I put like little darker areas. I'm doing that right now on just kind of like the top right of these cactus areas, or in this case, I don't even know if they're called paddles. That's what they look like, but you know what I mean. If you're looking straight at them, you can see what I'm doing. Just adding a little bit of coloring just to add some interest, like I mentioned before. So with my tag series, I've done this for multiple years, and basically it is what it says, 12 days of Christmas tags. I make 12 different tags. I make 6 tags of 12 different styles. That makes a little bit more sense. And I create kits or sets of tags. So at the end of this series, for anybody who leaves comments, either on not even so much either, it's more of an and, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my Instagram account, or my blog, they get entered into a drawing, and then at the end of the series, one person will win one set of one of each of the 12 tags. Now, I make set of 6 because I make 6 different packages. One, I always keep at least one for myself, because I always like to say, okay, these are my 2024 tags, these are my 2022s, or, whatever. And then one I give away, and then the other 4 are if I sell them. So I sell them either in the complete set, so one of each 12, or some people just really like one particular tag, and then I'll make multiples of that particular tag. So if you're interested in any of that, leave me a comment, but also leave a comment because you want to be into the drawing. And I pull the name, I use that random name picker. Is that what they're called? That's on the computer, and come up with the winner, and then I'll contact you. I will notify the winner, or I'll announce the winner on all of the platforms as well. So hopefully, if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so that way you'll get notified. You can also give me a thumbs up. Make sure, again, I said earlier, leave a comment, and hopefully, good luck winning these sets of tags. So you saw me just going through and coloring. I was at such a loss because I really wanted to keep it red and green, but I thought, God, with all that green in the cactus, it just seemed too much. So I added some pink and some yellow and even a little bit of gray. And now I'm just using a white pen to just highlight a little bit on the darker green cactus, just to, again, give it some visual interest. I'm using a clear glitter marker to put on all the bows. And then as I was doing that, I realized I bought all these glitter like daubers when I went to the expo. Again, using stuff. And I have like a silver, a gold. This is a rose gold. I think the other one's like sparkle, and then there's like a frost or something like that. And I actually have used those for other projects, but I haven't used this rose gold one yet. So I just used the dauber, and I just made like circles everywhere. And I thought it just kind of added a little bit of like twinkle in the background. It's not overly glittery, but it definitely has some shine and shimmer. And I think it looks really cute, especially as like polka dots. So you can see the more I'm putting them on, I kind of get to a point where I'm like, okay, Dorleen, stop, But again, loving it. But then I'm thinking, needs a little more. I mean, why not, right? So I grab, first of all, the to and from, because that's very important. I didn't want to forget that. But also, if I did forget it in the front, I could have put them in the back because the backs are plain. And then I do that. And then I have some splatter that I'm going to put on, and it's called Cool Blue, but it's really more like a green. So that's why I thought that would look really nice with that. So I'm going to do some splattering. And then, oh, look at me. See, I just can't stop using this dauber. Like, wait, there's a spot missing. I need to add more dots, which is fine because it's so light. It doesn't take away anything. I think it really does add, like I mentioned, some shimmer and sparkle to these very colorful tags. But you will see me put some green splatter, and I also use a fine point black pen just to draw around the edges. And when I draw around the edges, I do a couple of little like squiggles. So almost like, well, in my mind, it reminds me of like as if you were sewing and your thread got caught a little bit. Sometimes it leaves a little, not a knot, but like just a little, I don't know, fuzz. And so that's kind of the look that I'm going for. I did decide to use this blue-gray alcohol marker to outline just the tops and the right sides of the stamped images. And this just gives it a little bit of a shadow, so it doesn't just look like a stamp on a tag. It kind of gives it a little bit more depth. But, when I first started this tag, I thought, oh, this is an easy one. I'm just stamping and coloring. But when you look at all the layers or all the little additions that I add to it, it really does make it one of those tags that there's a lot going on. But because the items are placed or blend in so well, it doesn't overwhelm you. I know I say that all the time when you're a crafter. One of the biggest talents or most important talents you need is to know when to stop. And I feel like at this point, after I add some of these little squiggles here and there, that this was the time to stop. I think if I would have done any more, it just would have been like, okay, now it just looks ridiculous. So anyhow, I do hope you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Remember, leave a comment. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because not only do I post this series and you want to be notified of it, but I also post at least 2 videos a week, with the exception, of course, of this week, because it's going to be for 12 days in a row. But thank you again for watching. Bye.